Wall of Sound, we are at Full Tilt Festival in Melbourne. It's finally happening with Jake from In Heart's Wake joining us. Mate, you're playing a festival, finally, after how many reschedules? I've lost track of time. Yeah.
4? I'm taking this off. We don't need it. There's no sun. Yep.
Well, it's been a very long and stressful couple of years for In Heart's Wake. You put out Caliuga, absolutely fantastic album, followed it up with the Booster Pack just recently, and tried to get out and play some shows. It was a bit scattered, but I guess one of the great blessings that came from that was you were able to put those live songs on the Booster Pack from the Brisbane show.
That's a blessing, I guess. It's something for those out there around the world that couldn't see or hear the live set. So now they've got something. I think, to be honest, the blessing or the thing that came out of all of this is actually the documentary. It's probably going to come up, but that, to me, that's the thing that it was like, okay, this thing we're doing is not flowing.
Yep.
Not just us, with everyone.
Yep.
What can we do differently? And is this an opportunity to do something else that we're not perhaps seeing? Oh wait, this is where it's flowing. Let's go here.
Yeah, and taking control of the narrative, then lead. So we need to, obviously, we were going to bring it up later, but let's touch on it now because it is very important. Green is the New Black is the new documentary that you've got coming out about how you have wanted to become a carbon offset band. I'm not getting that wording right, but you want to make sure that it's carbon neutral with the band moving forward.
Yeah, look, it's first of all, it's hard to be completely carbon neutral. Like, that's not going to happen, carbon neutral. It's more so decarbonizing a lot of our processes, and the politically correct way to say this would be to become, the journey of the doco is to become a carbon neutral organization.
Yeah.
So that's all of our logistics and movements.
Yep.
But to say that that's perfect is not ever going to happen. It's a flawed, but it's taking big steps towards making that a reality.
It's really exciting. We're really looking forward to the documentary, and you guys are not the only ones thinking about this stuff. I don't know if you've seen Jack White as well is encouraging, test pressing and things like that to go in a certain way to be a little bit more sustainable as well. What I'm interested in is, obviously we're in a streaming era where
the green stripes.
It's all about streaming and all that kind of stuff, right? But at the same time, like, everyone loves vinyl and collecting, and that's, part of like being able to sell records as well. How do you feel in terms of the way those records are creating records is not necessarily green, but it's like something that fans love? How do you grapple with that?
It's really challenging. We humans love shiny, fluorescent, cool, beautiful looking things, and I mean, I equally love those things. But to then go, actually can't have those shiny fluorescent things if there's no planet to have them on.
Exactly.
Sounds extreme, but it's like, okay, maybe need to treasure the things that actually do degrade and are more beautiful because they somehow have a lifespan that isn't forever, and it's in more of a rarity. So it's changing the perception of how we consume and putting value on things, not just in their visual aesthetic, but also what they mean and represent and where they come from. And that's we can look at this beyond records, it's a whole societal shift. And so it's going to challenge a lot of people. It's challenged us, and it's challenging our fans. But, this is the way forward.
And look, it's not a matter of like knowing everything and then giving it a crack. It's a matter of like doing what you can to make these changes as early on as you possibly can, and then see where it takes you, I guess. You learn, and you're always educating yourself as time goes by. With the whole process of putting out Caliuga, to pull back on the effect it had on the world, how did that process all come about, educating yourselves and learning what needed to be done to get to the end result?
How did it come about? Look, I mean, we're not an overnight band going, hey, we want to do something good for the planet. It's been a good 10 years of going, wow, we love the natural world we live in. It makes us feel good. We feel ourselves. You go to somewhere that doesn't have it, you tour these places, you don't feel connected. What's going on here? You come back, that's right, I feel good. Okay, how can we protect that? Then that leads into a journey of planting trees, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Gets to Caliuga, and we're at the edge of the cliff, and it's like going, the next step we take is the one where you just have to deep dive.
Jump in.
And that was that step. And so it's, first of all, we're not going, how can we do it perfect, but where are all of the areas that we're emitting, and where's all the waste going on that level?
Yeah.
And then I think that's what that was, that process. And I feel from now it's about how we can reduce it moving forward.
Yeah.
So it's not an overnight thing. It takes at least a year for you to calculate, look at, and then you've got to change it after that.
Yeah.
And are these some of the things you're going to be talking about in Green is the New Black?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we unpack not just the record, but the merch, the vinyl, we look at stage shows, we look at like movements, and not just on a research level, but it also follows, between bushfires, pandemics, what the band's going through, the emotional journey of what we were going through. It's a human journey as well as a practical one.
Now, I got to see you guys at 170 Russell here in Melbourne a little while ago, and I was also feeling a bit like, will this show go ahead? Will this show go ahead? And you guys got creative. You did 2 shows in a couple of hours. Were you just desperate to find a way to make it happen?
Yeah, we're always looking for ways to make it possible, make it happen, work around, what we can and can't do. I think this time has showed us what used to be, work smarter, not harder. Now you have to work harder to work smarter.
Yeah.
And that's just the surrendering to the times and going, how can we do this differently? What is this showing me? And so, if we can play in 2 hours, we'll play in 2 hours. If we have to play to 50 people out on the street, we'll do that too. But we'll play. We'll find a way.
Was it strange to release the booster pack sort of after not being able to play Kali Yuga to many people yet?
Is it strange? Yeah, I think everything's strange. Yeah. Everything's different. Yeah, we're not going to see the same music scene as we did before. It's tangible, it's different. You know what? Everything needed a bit of a shake up too, probably.
Yeah.
So, now it's like, wow, we actually appreciate all these bands and these music, and I love this lifestyle. And so, I guess, am I surprised? Yeah, I don't know.
I like it because it's forward thinking. You're always, no matter what's happening around you, you're always thinking about the future and what you can do to make a difference, or what you can do to adapt to the circumstances that life throws at you.
Yeah, and also I've got to try be in the present too with that. Exercising what's the present telling me about what's coming, and to enjoy the moments when they do happen. So in 2 hours, I really want to relish and enjoy that with the guys, because we haven't played to more than a few hundred, if we were lucky, a few times. So it's going to be nice to share that kind of return to that level stage.
And for those who missed it, Full Tilt's coming to Brisbane in April. In Wake are also playing there too. So maybe do what you can to make a road trip up there and go check it out.
100%. We've got the night before. You're going to come, Browny. We've got the screening at St James.
Princess Theatre. Yeah.
About Palace.
Palace. That's one. Palace
You're
Theatre.
You're going to have a bit of a chat, right?
Yeah. Going to do It's going to be good because there's going to be question and answer afterwards, and I hope that the movie really stimulates all the fans to be like, the industry, what's going on.
If it's something that you want to get involved with, this is the opportunity that might open the floodgates for you to do your own research, just to see what you guys have presented to the world, and then formulate your own decisions afterwards.
Yeah. It's going to be good to see you there. You'll be there.
I'll be there for sure. Any chance to have you back in Brisbane again, I'd love it.
Popcorn. You can have a popcorn too.
Let's sit together. Talking about the future, what's the future holding for In Heart's Wake? Because we've amassed, as Wall of Sound's grown over the years, we've managed to reach out to international fans who are loving what the Australian metalcore scene is doing. What's your plans moving forward? Are you going to try and get over to them at some point, or are you just strictly focused on Australia and the documentary coming out? Yeah,
this year's just all about the doco and Australia, and really focusing back on our roots. What needs it's. Yeah, we've localised on so many levels. It's what the floods have taught us, the bushfires, the pandemic, and we need to just keep our energy here right now. Hopefully next year, if we stay on this trajectory of the world opening back up, we'll be able to go international again and bringing the film, hopefully on a streaming service that can reach the rest of the world. But for now, it's Australia.
Byron Bay bands have a history of getting on Netflix, so, it's only a matter of time before In Heart's Wake join Parkway Drive.
I don't know if Netflix want like a carbon offset documentary to...
No, they should, yes.
We'll see. If not, we'll just, we'll find a way.
Yeah. We have the man and legend that is Marcus from Northlane joining us. Mate, welcome back.
Good to be back. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute. You guys only just played your first show in how long last night in Albury?
It's about 800 days. Something dumb like that. I've been counting down because, I was counting down up until like last year sometime I got to 600 and something, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It's fun, yeah.
And now, 800 days later, we played a show, and it felt pretty good. Wow. It felt pretty good to be back after so long. I was definitely a bit unfit, but
that's gonna a couple times today.
Yeah, dude, you got to build that endurance up again. But no, it was awesome.
What was that feeling like when you first walked on the stage after however many 100 days you said? Yeah.
To be honest, it was kind of nerve-wracking leading up, about to go on stage, but then as soon as I jumped on stage again, it was just like back back to business.
Muscle memory kicked in.
Back to business minus a little bit of stamina.
Yeah. But that's right. I think, with everything that's happened over the past year, there's going to be a whole stack of people who, aren't as fit as they used to be kind of thing. It's going to take a while to get back into the swing of things, but you're coming back with a brand new album under your belt and a whole stack of intentions with what you want to do, not only in Australia but around the world too. Everyone's watching Northlane at this point in time. Are you ready to get back out there? Are you keen as fuck to just go, fuck the past 2 years, here's Northlane back with the next era?
100%, man. Like, yeah, this last couple of years, I feel like towards the end of that last album cycle with Alien, I was feeling quite burnt out and kind of exhausted, both kind of on that subject matter and just playing so many shows. But after about 6 months being locked up and not being able to really do anything, I was just like, wow, I really need to be out there playing shows. And yeah, I kind of didn't realize how important it was to be doing this for my own sanity, really. So yeah, now that things are starting to look up again, we're making big plans. Hopefully we'll be back in the US by the end of the year. We've got the Australian tour in a couple of months. Yeah, we just want to get back to it.
It's so exciting, man. We're so happy to see you guys hitting the stage again later tonight, headlining Full Tilt over here. Hoping we're going to hear a little bit of Obsidian getting played as well.
Yeah, well, we've got, I think, 3 or 4 of the new songs in the set. So this will be, we played a bunch of them for the first time last night and it went down a treat. I'm sure in front of this way bigger crowd, it's going to be even more mental. That's kind of the nerve-wracking part as well. Like playing in Albury last night was so awesome, but to play in front of like thousands of people, it's been a while since doing that kind of thing, and that's scary.
Well, look, we've got a very special occasion tonight. It's your first festival headline slot. It's been a long time fucking coming, and we know you're going to deliver because we've seen you at festivals before. We've seen what you can do at the start of the day, the middle of the day, at the end of the day. Is there a big strain on your back with what you're going to do up there tonight, or is it just like what Northlane do best?
I mean, we're always kind of trying to push that live aspect of it all. And we've got a lot of stuff planned. I guess we've got a lot of over-the-top stuff. I don't want to let too much go, but there's a bit of something to.
Well, I did
keep your
enjoy
eye
the
on.
confetti at Good Things a couple of years ago, so if that's anything to go by, we might be in for a bit of a treat.
There'll be a bit of this, there'll be a bit of that. I don't let it too much
And look, we'll just let the night ride out, and then if you missed it and give yourself an uppercut, then make sure you get the Brisbane.
Absolutely, that's the one. Yeah, well, I can't wait to bloody. Yeah, I'm so stoked Full Tilt's actually happening now as well. That's the other thing after the postponements and stuff to be actually here and doing
Been a
it.
bit like
it's
that.
just-
Yeah.
So exciting.
Well, look, there's plenty of times to go full send this year as Northlane make the return to this stage with a brand new album on the way too. Marcus, always a pleasure having you at Wall of Sound. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming down, man.